ancient biotechnology of the gods? Did they have the knowledge to create and control humans? Who were the Anunnaki, and why do we care? The short answer is the Anunnaki were the deity pantheon of the ancient Sumerians, and interest in the Sumerian culture has been active and persistent since it was discovered in the 19th century. Well, just yesterday I posted a video concerning the Native American legends concerning the sky gods, their ancestors, who they called Anu, Anaki, meaning friend, the sky gods, their friends from the skies. And it's the same exact word that the Sumerians used, Anu and Anunnaki. So it's the same exact word that the Native American Indians used. Now, the Anunnaki were the deity pantheon of the ancient Sumerians as well. What is the technology that modern humans believe they have accomplished by themselves as a gift of ancient gods? Is it possible that the modernization in our world is actually the ancient knowledge once possessed by our ancestors? Ancient, or those who lived on earth before us. Ancient texts of different cultures contain legends, stories, and description of technology such as weaponry, aviation, biology, genetics, and even computers that comply with present advanced technical humans have. Sumerians, Egyptians, Mesoamericans, ancient Indians, South Asia that is, and even ancient Greeks, perhaps responsible for the major development in the Homo sapiens civilization. Quoting Desmond Morris, quote, there are 193 living species of monkeys and apes. 192 of them are covered with hair. An exception is a naked ape self-named Homo sapiens, end quote. Now, did nature or some external force enhance human intelligence? The possible answer to it exists in biotechnology. Tales from various sources suggest that the gods possessed an advanced knowledge of biology many millennia ago. The Egyptian god Thoth, who claims to be Atlantean, and I have the Emerald Tablets on a playlist for you if you want, written by him, Thoth the Atlantean, and he describes the kind of technology they had. It's mind-boggling. So the Egyptian god Thoth helped Isis, the wife of Osiris, to extract from the dismembered Osiris the semen with which Isis was impregnated to bear Horus. A similar biological incident may be traced to the Hindu epic of Mahabharata, where Gandhara, the wife of Dhritarashtra, the blind king of Hastinapura, gave birth to 100 children, Kauravas, artificially, similar to in vitro fertilization process that we know of and use today. World History writes, the urgency of giving birth to sons was hidden in the reason that whoever of Kunti and Gandhari gives birth to sons first would probably be favored for the Hastinapur throne in their succession plan. Gandhari went to Dwapayana and complained about the lump of mass and doubted the rishi's boon, to which Dwapayana affirmed he had never spoken a lie, even in jest. He then asked Gandhari to cut a lump of mass into 100 pieces and place it in 100 different pots filled with clarified butter and weight. On Gandhari's request of a daughter, the pieces were cut into 101. The boon finally fructified, and the first Kavarava, Duryodhana, was born, followed by his 99 brothers, of which Dushasana became his favorite, and daughter Dusala. Another great example of human biotechnology can be found in the biblical verse, before I, God, formed you, human, in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Jeremiah 1:5. Okay, look, you can't. This is God's word is spiritual as well. God knows each soul before it is born, what its apostolate is, what its mission is in life. And a lot of people, or anyone who wants to, has the ability to become a living saint. And of course, God knew who the person was before you were formed in the womb, because He's the one who sends life. He is life. But anyway, going back to this article, Not one sparrow shall fall to the ground without your Father's knowledge, but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10:20 and 29 and 30. In addition to his illustration about the sparrows, Jesus says, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. According to jw.org, this brief but profound statement amplifies the point of Jesus' illustration about the sparrows. Consider, the average human head is about 100,000 strands of hair. For the most part, one hair seems just like the next, and no single hair seems to deserve our particular scrutiny. Yet each hair is noticed and numbered by God. Since this is the case, is there any detail of our life that God cannot know? Surely God understands the unique makeup of each of his servants. From Tales of Ancient Egypt by Roger Lancelin Green, quote, though it is said that in truth Zeus, king of the gods, whom you call Amun-Ra, was her father, Seti nodded when he heard this and murmured, even as Amun-Ra was the father of Hatshepsut, yes, the gods can indeed be the fathers of the spirits that dwell in the bodies of kings and queens. End quote. In his discussion of the Sumerian story of the creation of Adam, the earthling, from Mesopotamian text clay tablets, Zechariah Sitchin in 1985 writes, to achieve the feat, Enki suggested that a being that already existed, ape woman, be used to create the Lulu Amelu, the mixed worker, by binding upon the less evolved beings the mold of the gods. The goddess Sud purified the essence of a young male Anunnaki. She mixed it into the egg of an ape woman. The fertilized egg was then implanted in the womb of a female Anunnaki for the required period of pregnancy. When the mixed creature was born, Sud lifted him up and shouted, I have created. My hands have made it. Now, from these stories, it can be speculated that the ancient gods had great knowledge of genetics and manipulated human DNA and genes on several occasions. Comparing these instances with modern science, then Sitchin's story depicts the current technique of cross-species cell transfer, CSCT. While the custom of the ancient god kings of Mesopotamia and Egypt of marrying their sisters and reproducing without apparent damage to the family gene pool would have been possible using the technique of cloned cross-species and cell transfer, CCSCT. Additionally, Oannes, as described by the Babylonian priest Berosus, had the form of a fish, but with the head of a man under his fish's head and under his fish's tail. The feet of a man could have resulted from the modern human embryonic stem cell technique. In summary, it appears that our current knowledge of animal biology and physiology permits a close understanding of how the gods might have accomplished their bioengineering feats. This was originally published by How and Wise in its on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.